Fight!
Okay. I'm not sure how long this is going to be. Let's see, what are we going to name this file? Let's just name it casual. Casual meant as an insult. That's officially what it is. Casual, but meant as an insult. Alright, now, full disclaimer, I have never actually run this game, nor really learned the strategies for how to do this, so I'm going into this based on my own experience playing this game a few times. I don't think I ever actually cleared it, and I don't think I'm going to clear it right now, but we'll see how far we get. This is just for something fun to do while we wait for WoW service to come back online, because there's a login issue right now.
Gabby J! Yay! Fight!
Tough to beat this guy up because he looks like just everyone's grandpa. Ooh.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Fight! One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Knockout.
There we go.
Pizza cake.
Pizza cake. Little Max says pizza cake, which is essentially just lasagna. Proof that he's Italian, though he doesn't look very Italian. He looks Irish, I guess. But yeah, pizza cake. Oh, look at that, a new record on this file.
Bear hugger. Fight!
Oh, we gotta duck that. I don't know if there's a way other than countering that you can do this. Oh, duck.
One, two, three, four.
I remember right, the record for this guy, like the standard speedrun kill is just so fast. I remember I did most of my playing of this game when I was, oh gosh, it's been 13 or 14 maybe? Hey Dave, how you doing? Thanks for that. I've got a couple of different ones that I'm playing with kind of a retro vibe, and this one is, I actually stole this from some people that made some open source things for RetroPie, but I can't play on a RetroPie because it has garbage latency. And I don't even really know how to run this game. I'm just kind of going with being older than when I played it before.
Fight!
And I have to talk in my sexy, quiet voice because my daughter is asleep in the other. Oh, you got me?
One, two, three, four, five. Fight! One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Fight! Knockout! Pizza cake.
Pizza cake. Again, lasagna. There's the man himself, the most famousest of Punch-Out people. Yes, I did hear about that. I've seen a couple of the runs with the two-player code, and can't say I fully understand how the strategy for it works, but it's pretty crazy to see. Because isn't it like player 2 controls the opponent? It's like a debug mode.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Fight!
Now, Bald Bull is a pushover in this version. It's like actually hard in regular Punch-Out.
One, two, three, four, five, six,
Interesting.
seven.
So like, sort of a multiplayer option.
Knockout!
It's fortunate that the muscle memory from when to time that punch from regular Punch-Out carries over to this one. It's crazy. I remember when I was like 11, there was this NES game called Captain Skyhawk, where you flew this fighter jet over these mountains and stuff. And I was just messing around on the title screen, pushing random buttons, and I somehow entered, like unbeknownst to me at the time, but I've deduced that this must be what have happened. I somehow entered an invincibility code, and then just started playing the game, and somehow I was just like so good at it. Like whatever I wanted, the plane would do. I could fly over the mountains, and I could dodge all the bad guys and everything. But there's no way, there's just no way, because that game's actually kind of hard if you don't use glitches or anything. There's no way 11-year-old me just suddenly played it super well and never died. So I looked up years later that there is an invincibility code for that game. So I had to have accidentally entered it when I was just pushing buttons on the title screen. My dad had no idea that such things existed, like codes and whatnot. So he just thought that I figured the game out. What an easy game. My dad does not play video games. He did not understand them.
One, two, three. Fight!
I've heard that Bob Marley is like a major RNG fest in the speedrun. I just find him really obnoxious. The weird timing of some things.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Fight!
I'm wondering if I should apply like a curvy CRT filter on these so that it fits with the screen a little more. Like, I was trying to figure out a way to get the outer edge of the actual game's display to kind of diffuse onto the screen cover so that it would look like it's like glowing against it. One of those things where you don't realize how much more realistic it is until you see it and then see it without it. This guy caused me so much grief when I was a kid. Yeah, there's some sort of really basic filter on this right now. And the scaling affects them a lot. Like, even in the OBS preview, it's not exactly what it looks like when you're actually watching it on the stream. And so it's like there's some aliasing from the line compression in the OBS window output, but on the stream it looks fine. There's like, this is just RetroArch running on Steam. Well, you know that because you gave me the suggestion on how to keep it from crashing so much. Oh, I let him feel. Oof. I went through like a couple dozen of them. I need to move the keys that switch them though, because they're November and Mike on my keyboard, and that I accidentally hit those sometimes, and then the game will freak out while it's changing shaders. It doesn't. One problem I'm running into is that since my daughter is asleep in the other room, I can't be very loud. And a lot of the stuff I want to do, especially on stream, is kind of loud. Like, I have a synthesizer, like a big electric piano, right behind me that's all like piped into OBS and stuff so that I can play live stuff. But that'll wake her up, so I've got to be careful. That's hence the goal promise is that if I can get the goal done and oh crap, and get a affiliate, then I'm gonna do the Peaches concert. Every time he does that little fisty shake thing, I expect him to do Macho's spinny thing, and I time it wrong. I've been watching too much single segment. Oof, oof.
1, 2, 3. Fight!
This guy is just a real piece of work. Like, I saw this video on YouTube showing out all the Punch-Out guys and talking about how much trouble they would get in if they did this stuff in like a real sanctioned boxing match, and it's like totally ridiculous. Like Soda Popinski laughing at you when you're down and getting counted, like that's so unsportsmanlike. You'd get in so much trouble. It'd be like, I forget if the video had like an estimated like total summary of fines that all the boxers would face, but like even Little Mac is not immune to this whole thing because he's in regular Punch-Out he's wearing a tank top, which is illegal. Oof. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's out there somewhere on YouTube. Somebody spent a lot of time on it, like some lawyer or something. Oh gosh, I have no idea. I don't even barely understand Pokemons, but Was it good? Was it like good money, or was it like Starving Musician? Oh no, poor Pokemons, no money. There's some things that are like that. Like, I always expected, I mean, at least it kind of depends on who you talk to, but a couple of people that I've talked to about this, like Cosmic and Summoning Salt, they say that the massive majority of their income comes from YouTube, because they're pretty successful. I mean, if you get videos on the regular with about 1 million views, then that's about a monthly income, apparently, if you're doing it right and you have sponsors. But I expected the streaming to be a much bigger portion of what they're making, but I think it's because they don't focus on that as much, and because maybe objectively YouTube is overall superior, but I'm not sure. I've got to work something out like that.
2, 3, 4, 5. Fight!
Oof.
One, two, three, four. Fight!
The dumb thing is, like, years ago when I started doing YouTube stuff, I mean, it never got very big, but I got, back when Curse Gaming was a thing, they had a YouTube partner program, and they would essentially bring you in under their umbrella, and it would skip the entire process of getting YouTube partner. And then when they discontinued that, it just kind of grandfathered you into YouTube partner. But then that was about when I was taking, like, I took like a 2-year break from making YouTube videos and only put out a couple of things here and there. And then it just got really sparse after that. And so I lost YouTube partner status, which was just, if I had any idea that that was something I needed to maintain, then I would have done a little more to do so. But yeah, it was crazy. So now I'm going to have to, like, get proper YouTube metrics again from nothing to get that. Oh no. Well, we got this far without losing a fight yet.
Good night.
I like Sandman in the original Punch-Out better, because he makes the weirdest faces. Just totally goofy. But OG Punch-Out is much more difficult than this game.
Mr. Sandman! Fight!
Yeah, that's an okay, but, like, there's no, like, for me, there's no way that could be primary income. It could be supplementary, but then I'd still need to, like, work my regular job and everything, which I still do. But yeah, it's tough all around. Part of it is because, I mean, everybody's got some sort of angle they're trying to run. Everybody's got this kind of thing so accessible to at least trying it out, and so you get lost in a sea of mediocrity. You gotta stand out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fight!
Now, can you talk about what your actual job is? Because I'm mighty curious about that. I don't know if you've ever mentioned that on your stream.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fight! One, two. Fight!
Yeah, I've heard that sponsorships is a really big thing. Like, Salt was saying that if you take a sponsor, that will effectively double your YouTube revenue on average, which is kind of crazy to me that it's that big of a difference. Because I never got any sponsors when I was doing YouTube. Even more, like, I would upload a video a day for a while.
Got it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Right on.
That's good, though. That's a worthwhile thing to do. Like, it always helps if, even if you still have a day job when you're trying to make what you really want to do work, it helps so much if you feel like you're doing something worthwhile or that has some real value. I mean, what I do is kind of halfway in the middle. It's a computer-related sort of thing, and like on the one hand, it's, you know, it's useful and it helps with what that company does, but like I don't really have a lot of personal investment in it. It's just something to do, something that I can do that's moderately effective.
Aaron Ryan. Fight.
Oh, he got me. Forget how to judge the timing of that. There's a trick to it. There it is. You don't push down, you push up to block up.
1, 2, 3. Fight.
If I remember right, this guy is just an absolute little punk and he goes down so easy.
Fight.
But only if you know actually how to do the strategy. That 1 or 2.
3, 4. Fight.
Oh, too soon.
Knockout.
Hey.
Got it.
I can't tell if he's saying sorry or some other Italian thing. Like, Little Mac in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is obviously Italian because he's obviously just meant to be Rocky with a tank top on.
Hey, Arrow.
This is the most confusing character in the whole game.
Fight.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing about sponsors, is because it's like, which ones do you actually do? Because you don't want to just sell out and pick a bunch of stuff that you would never use. But at some point you got to pay the bills. Like there's some stuff like people that do Raid Shadow Legends. It's like it's almost a meme at this point. I can hardly blame them, just because. Yeah, maybe you log into the game like once a year or something, or however often you have to. Oof. But I can't fault somebody for doing that. A lot of stuff is like the HelloFresh. I know somebody like personally who does YouTube and has a HelloFresh sponsor, and I really doubt that he eats HelloFresh very often. But I mean, it has to be at least a little. Even if it's just so that you don't end up being like a liar. I'd love to see the numbers on how popular those things actually are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fight!
Oof. This is a trickier one. I gotta learn. I'm gonna have to learn this if I'm gonna get past it. We'll give it another go. Yeah, I mean, and props for the integrity for not taking that, because that's actually not a... That doesn't sound like a very bad deal. Because, I mean, I guess it depends on how you can present it, because if they fully embrace the fact that they're a meme, and they let people just kind of play the game and kind of have a little bit of a laugh, then I think more power to them. But I don't know if they're super strict about how you reference or present your opinion of the game. It's... I mean, in most cases, stuff like that, they've got some pretty solid demands in how they want you to do it. Like, to the point that I was actually thinking of doing, like, a fake Raid Shadow Legends. It's like, here I am, sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, and then like, a redacted thing that says, no, actually, you're not allowed to say, because Raid Shadow Legends wants nothing to do with you, to make them look bad. Somewhere in there is a way to time a punch to get through that whooshy thing. I don't know if you have to just get lucky or if there's a couple of frames or something that happens. Oof.
1, 2, 3. Fight!
I look at how Linus Tech Tips has done their sponsor segments, and I really like that, and I think that's kind of a good example on how to do it, where they'll even get sponsored by someone and kind of tell both sides in the same video where that thing is sponsoring them, like Intel or AMD or whatever. But, I mean, and then on the other hand, when you get as huge as them and you're like this media empire, it's like, well, you can do whatever you want. People are begging you to let them sponsor you. Like, what would that be like?
Hey, Arrow! Fight!
You could just pick a random subscriber and say that you're sponsored by them, and you're only allowed to say nice things about them. I'll just tell people I'm sponsored by my mom. You know, more than 20 years after I moved out of her house. Oof. I didn't have enough S meter.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fight!
An inferior product is me playing retro. Sponsored by ShamWow. Sponsored by my orange cat, who is sitting on a chair right over there, about 6 feet from me.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He lives up to the stereotype of an orange cat quite well. You even put an orange cat in an emote. Well, that was great.
Pizza cake.
I would click away and do an emote, but it'll pause the game. Yes, well, that one day it will be his turn to have it. Bless his heart. See, that's one of those things is you can say bless their heart. Those 3 words can change everything. You can say the most vicious criticism, and then if you say that at the end, everyone's okay with it.
Mad Clown.
It's one of those magical 3-word phrases that change everything. Come on, up. Oof. Another good one is must be nice. If you say that, you can turn anything into a depressing letdown. Somebody says, well, I broke my leg and I have this cast now. You say, must be nice. As if to say that that's somehow better than whatever it is you're going through. It's terrible. Anyone says anything good, you say must be nice, suddenly it sucks.
Fight.
Crap. I'm gonna do this so bad.
1, 2. Fight.
There's a third 3-word phrase that changes everything, and that one is, I'm not crazy. Never say that, because everybody will think you're crazy just because you said that. Oof. If you kind of laugh or smile a bit when you say it, it's even more convincing. I'm not crazy. I did it. It is so hard.
Knockout.
I'm surprised I one-shot this guy. I remember being stuck on him for a long time back in the day. Crazy.
Super Macho Man.
All right. Let's see if we can do something with Macho.
Fight.
I'm going to be distracted because my daughter just woke up and my wife is getting her. So she might come out here and say hi to me. And that is extremely distracting. She is really cute. Oh, duck that one. Oof. You know, there's those wrestling games like what is it? WWF No Mercy. That was like probably the objectively best one that most people think. And there's like WrestleMania 2000 and Nitro and all of those things, like those games for the Nintendo 64, the PlayStation. Yes, there is Tecmo. Sorry. There is Tecmo, but that's not even... It's not even in the same category as those other games. Tecmo is a category unto itself. I want that very clear. Anybody watching this video in the future, you need to understand that Tecmo is different than what I'm talking about. Very, very painfully different. Just by watching it, I have PTSD. Anyway, so those other wrestling games, the cool thing was when you could like build your own character and choose what different maneuvers they had and all of that stuff, and their ridiculous costume with like 10,000 hairdos nobody would ever really wear, and then you could fight all the other wrestlers. It would be cool if there was a punch out where you could effectively do that.
Fight.
Like, it's Punch-Out as we know it, but you build your own custom character with a huge variety of these weird things that they can do. I think that would be a lot of fun. You know what I might do? I might fire up WWF No Mercy and make a custom character and call him Randy Gomez. You get where I'm going with this? That would be really great to see Randy Gomez go all the way and win the title. Just like, I want a Randy Gomez t-shirt. Aww. The other difficult thing about Macho is he literally looks like my grandpa, like my mom's biological dad, who I only met twice in my life. But one thing I did notice about him when I met him, and when I met him once when I was like 6, and then I met him again when I was like 15. And he had a full head of hair, because the grandpa that I had known was my mom's stepdad. And so I found out that genetically, your mom's dad is going to determine whether or not you go bald, like with a huge probability. And so it's proven true. My hairline is barely receded at all, even into my 40s. And that's exactly how he looked when I saw him when he was like 50 something, when I was 15. That's like Mugen, if you've ever heard of that. That's like it's like a Street Fighter type of game, or a couple of other things like where you can play Super Mario Bros. As M. Bison, or there's like all the Smash clones that have every character you can possibly imagine. I think stuff like that is so cool, and it's annoying to me that licensing and all that crap gets in the way of really incredible creativity. My daughter needs help with a razor blade right now. She's got an extendable razor, and it's like dull. And I showed her that they're segmented, so you can just break the end of the blade off. It's meant to. And now you've got another one. Okay, so let's see, would we have to do World Circuit again, and if so, how far? Okay, I'm not doing Aaron, Ryan, and everything all through right now, so I've got to go be responsible, but thanks, Dave, for stopping by. It has been a hoot talking to you, and hopefully I'll be able to get back to some of the normal stuff tonight. I'm assuming they'll have login servers fixed by then. Anyway, okay, thanks, bye.